eating snacks.
Snackers and snackettes, welcome back one more time.
Yeah.
Loading Snack Show. We want to have a brief discussion.
Okay.
Brief.
Talk fanboyism. Bringing it down a little bit.
Fanboys.
I mean, it's never going to go away.
It's not.
I'm actually okay with that. Like, you know, we love what we love. If you pick the football team, run with them. You know what I'm saying? That's your squad, for better or for worse, right? I'm cool with that. But, kind of want to get into this exclusivity thing a little bit. Perfectly understandable that if a company, a Sony or a Microsoft or a Nintendo, has their own franchises, a Halo, an Uncharted, a Mario, that those franchises will only appear on their systems.
Right.
And I think everybody accepts that across the board.
Agreed.
It's not an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. However, what we've been seeing happen with this most recent generation is franchises that have traditionally been available from a third party on multiple systems are becoming exclusive. Sort of. So, Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, currently is an Xbox One. It's actually on Xbox 360 too.
Right, okay.
It's an Xbox exclusive title.
Right.
When this was announced, Sony folks were up in arms, okay? And I understand. The argument was, this is a franchise that was available on both consoles last generation. Tomb Raider is a franchise that started on PlayStation. People felt ownership. This belongs to us. Microsoft's taking it away from us. It's not fair because it's a continuation of a story that we got last generation. Why can't we have it now? And at the time, it was believed that this maybe was always going to be exclusive and was never going to appear on the system. And that was very short-lived. Like, we found out relatively quickly, nope, it's just an exclusive until next year.
For a year, right.
And Phil Spencer has come out and said, I'm not really about keeping companies from making their money or being able to go out and put their franchises out. And I think they've done a good job of showing that. In stark contrast, I have not heard anybody complain about the fact that Street Fighter V is an exclusive title to the Sony PlayStation 4 and is never going to be on anything else. Never leaving that console, making its way to Xbox or to a Wii, you know, a Nintendo console or whatever. My question is, we just got the same thing with, like,
It was King of
Fighters, right? Why is that? Street Fighter is a franchise that has been around for 20 plus years. It was on Nintendo systems. It was on Sega systems. Multiple Sega systems, right? Why is nobody upset about this? And maybe there are people, but they're just not as vocal. You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe. But we're not hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes it seem like people have just decided Microsoft is the bad guy. If Microsoft had come out and said, we got Street Fighter V, it's exclusive, it's never coming anywhere else.
Hell would have
Japan would collapse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, why is that?
That's a good question. I have no clue why that is.
Like, I understand, you know, why you would want to have a title and why you would want to have it solely for your system. You know what? I understand the concept of it, but for one that's been around for so long to do it, I don't get it.
They must have paid a lot to get that thing on there too.
I mean, maybe.
And I wouldn't say.
But I guess that's the other thing too. It's like when people heard that Microsoft was going to have Tomb Raider as an exclusive, they're paying to make sure that game gets made.
Right.
Right? They're putting forth the money so the game gets published. Fact of the matter is, if Microsoft hadn't done that and made it exclusive, we may never have gotten the game at all. Right? Because Square Enix, even though to us the game was very well received, right? The gaming community loved it, the critics loved it. It sold multiple millions of copies, but Square Enix said it didn't meet their expectations. So maybe we weren't going to get another Tomb Raider.
Possibly.
Right? Microsoft puts up the money, it's happening, right? But we're not going to keep it for ourselves. We're going to make it happen, and then they can go off and have children. Now I don't know. Maybe their contract says, yeah, it's going to PlayStation. We still getting paid.
Right.
Because we helped pay to publish it. Maybe that's happening. I don't know. Minecraft. I don't know. But Sony did the same thing for Street Fighter V. I mean, they are putting money up for Capcom to be able to publish this game. So their money is into it, and people seem to be very understanding about the fact that it's not going anywhere else because Sony put up the money for it. So what the problem is?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I can't figure out why it's just this. Why is it one way and not the other? You think you would hear a lot of people mad on Xbox boards and stuff like that, screaming and hollering that we're not getting Street Fighter.
I mean, I want to say maybe up front there were people who were like, it's not going to be exclusive for long. It's going to come out. They'll do
a lot of people still thinking that like it'll come out eventually.
Maybe.
Well, that's what it was. Originally, it was like, yeah, but then they're gonna do Super Street Fighter V, and we'll get that one. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. They'll do Super Street Fighter V Turbo Exclusive Edition.
Which is what I thought they would do it first.
They literally said, nah. We're putting this out as the core, and all we're gonna do is do updates to it.
Keep adding to it.
We're just gonna keep adding to it. So it is a platform that will exist on Sony's system, and then that's it. All future iterations, at least of Street Fighter V, will only be available in that world. And that means a lot of people are locked out of it.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's 30 million PlayStation 4s out there. That's a lot of people.
Man, it is.
That's a lot of people. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? However, anytime you segment your audience, you lose people. Like, that's just, it is what it is. And maybe Capcom doesn't have the right to say, well, we don't really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Maybe that's just the way they had to do the deal. I don't know. Maybe it's because Capcom is a Japanese company and Sony is a Japanese company, and they just said, we're going to stick together.
That's kind of what was back in my head, because like that, and then we get that announcement with a SNK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just seems we're gonna lock arms. We're gonna hold it down. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, I don't like that. I don't mind the whole time thing. You know what I mean?
The time exclusive is fine.
I don't mind that. I don't mind it at all. It's just
we're in a different position because we might, you can play when it comes out regardless.
Right.
But a game like Tomb Raider maybe is getting swept under the rug because of the timing. I mean, it comes out on the same day as Fallout.
Yeah. Still don't know why, but
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta pay the bills.
I just think it's interesting, and I would like for you guys out there as the audience to kind of mill this around.
Yeah, please.
Give us some feedback. Tell us why this is okay for one and not okay for another. I would kind of like to get some really good dialogue going about this because, unfortunately, I think things like this feed fanboyism, and they make it worse.
That's what you're saying. Yeah. Just add more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, and I think it's great when somebody gets something that's exclusive and they kind of can hold on to it and it's their thing. It's kind of like when a football team gets a new stadium. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a new stadium. We losing, but we got a new stadium. Whatever, right? Like, but yeah, please, by all means, drop us some comments. Send us an email.
Please do.
Let us know what you think. If you're a supporter of it or you're not. Tell us why.
And if you can figure out why it works for one and not the other, drop us a comment about that.
No doubt. So, just a little food for thought. I mean, snack for thought.
Yeah, that's it. We got a little snack for thought.
And with that, we out. Toodles and loos. Loading snacks.